Chris. And Chris,
how are you doing?
Like, you build everything as far as I'm aware. Every time I talk to you, everybody points to their bike and goes, he built it. Yeah, what have you done now?
Well, I had a bloke, I built one for him last summer, well, back into the year actually. I did him a hardtail black one, and he said to me he wanted 4 bikes. I thought, oh my God. So his second bike was this one, and his criteria was basically he wanted a tracker style bike. He sent me a photo of something in Indonesia, which was a lovely looking bike. And I just put my own little ideas to it, really.
It's pretty sweet. It's proper. Oh, that take up.
That's where I wanted to go. That's where I wanted. Yeah. Yeah. So it's pretty cool, really. I've gone with the YX150 in it, which is obviously motorcycle, which is a cool engine. But then, obviously, as you can see, a few different bits and pieces. I've gone with the C100 front forks, which are, you know, not Cub, but they're everyone knows they're sort of under Cub style. Obviously the usual fat bars, and they took some finding the right ones really, because I wanted that bit more of an up stance rather than...
They're quite long, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, yeah. It's a good ride actually. And obviously the bling bits and pieces, but he wanted it like KTM colours, KTM style. And he left me to it really, that was about it. He said tracker, KTM colours, and he wanted sort of like a Yoshimura style exhaust pipe. Pulsar wheels, Pulsar wheel rims, obviously 17 inch. I took some finding for the tyres, so I went down the road of the Continentals, and I believe these are the ones that were designed for long way down.
Okay.
For obviously doing the down in Australia and that. So yeah, they weren't cheap, but yeah. And then of course I built the bike from there really, wheels built, and then it was just go for it.
What size? But what size are these?
They're 130 on the back and a 110 on the front, and yeah, they are trouble to get in there. As you can see, the swing arm, I've had to really play around with it. I went with a totally different swing arm off a 125 bike, which was the only thing that would really get that back wheel in.
But that's as hybrid gets. That's gorgeous. But do you know what I love? I love that he kept that.
Yeah, well, that was what he was after. He wanted that, and I think that's something that iconic for everybody, isn't it?
Super. For me, that's a super important. You've got to have that.
Yeah. Obviously, widening it up, that's not the easy bit, because it always becomes a problem when you widen it up.
Yeah, because to try and keep it without it all distal.
Yes, that's right, yeah. But yeah, it was good. It was a nice build. It was one I've enjoyed, actually, because I sort of get to the point where I see them too much, and then you sort of love to hate them.
Yeah, because you're too close.
Yeah. And then you walk away from it. But yeah, it was a nice build.
No, it's exactly that. You give yourself a little break.
Yeah.
And then when you come back, you think,
that's it.
Oh, actually, that's wow. But yeah, you get to see more of the detail. But have you got a little... Oh, right.
Yeah, well, some guard. It was just something I saw, and I thought, I bought it, and I hadn't even built this bike. And I thought, that'll go on something sort of pretty gnarly. Yeah. And it suits it really well. And of course, it was gold as well, so
it dropped right in.
Dropped right in, yeah. Yeah, it was just, you know, just all the little bits and pieces, just make it all that different. And I wanted to, a tracker bike has got that style where it's got like an open frame.
Yeah.
So I've just wanted to sort of open it up to make it look something different. So hence the reason why.
Your snipers. Yeah. So you can lie down here and just.
That's it, yeah. But it's weird without seeing them with side casings. Yeah. And it sort of, it was there but it weren't there, and I really wanted to put a triangle in there, but I tried a triangle and it just didn't sort of
didn't work with, that's weird, yeah.
So I went with the square, and like I say, it's just opened it up a little bit and just give it that little bit more of a broke down basic bike, if you know what I mean, for like 70s style. It rides quite nice, to be fair. I've got a few alterations on the front wheel. The front wheel's obviously bottoming out on the forks, but that's purely because of the size of the tyre that I'm trying to do.
But you've only just, when did you finish it? Do I understand?
It finished it last night. This morning it went for its MOT this morning, and then it's landed here.
Tell us about that. I like the...
Yeah, it's just basically something off the internet again, and it's like, because of the colours, and it's breaking the black and the orange up. Yeah. I thought, well, I've got to throw some gold at it, really. So, but yeah, it's quite a trick throttle, really, and it's got a real good movement in it.
Oh, you can see, but you can see it a bit, just that little bit.
It don't like throttle cables though. I must admit, I had to play around with the throttle cable because obviously the mechanism's got such a movement in there. Yeah. That I had to sort of make the cable a bit longer to suit what it was, but. Yeah, I mean, it's like I say, the same with the grips. It was one of them things that I look at it on the internet, you think, oh, that's a bit blingy, that is. But for this, it just sort of all sits together really well.
The bars are just exactly right. But this
The air filter. Yeah, that was one of the things he wanted. He said he wanted
something that looked like it stuck under an airplane wing.
Well, he said he wanted a crankback air filter, but I turned it around and had it backwards, and it was sort of in the way of your leg when he was riding it.
Yeah.
So it sort of ended up there, really. I don't know whether he's going to even like it or not, to be honest. But
that looks like Boeing made it.
Yeah.
That's like proper. You're expecting it to spin.
Yeah, but that chain's one of the longest ones I could get, because obviously we threw the swing arm out that far. So yeah, pretty
Gosh,
cool.
it's not.
It's almost like a motocross bike, isn't it?
It looks like it's. Fucking hell.
We saw them little bits, but I was struggling with lights. I really was. I didn't know what to go with the lights. Unfortunately, obviously, because they're obviously from abroad, the one lens just fell out, and it fell out this morning on the way back from the MOT station. But actually choosing the lights to go with the bike, that was the hardest thing.
Yeah, it is hard.
I must admit, I bought 3 sets of different lights on the internet, and basically the lads were in the garage and we were having a beer and that, and they was like, yeah, them one, go with them ones. So it was all trial and error really where we was at with that. But I think it's, you know, they've got that look to it. I don't know, it's like a bit of a gnarly look, but no. But I was messing around with the front wheel as well. I got some obviously bar where I turned down for opening the spaces up for doing the wheel.
Yeah.
And I got this bar and it's hexagonal. And I thought, you know what?
I've just seen it. Yeah.
So I've got it on the lathe, started turning it down, messing around with it, and I sort of turned out them, but they look more like wheel studs now than they do actually how much time and effort's gone into turning them down.
But but everything about it, but the hexagonal thing works with the tyres.
Well, that's what I was trying to do. Yeah. But obviously, when it comes to the back, obviously the bar I got wasn't big enough to do the rears, so I had to go with difference on the rears. But yeah, it's throwing them weird ideas at things and seeing whether it works or not.
No, but as ever, this man's a monster. Keep your eye on him, because every time he turns a bike out, we're going to hopefully catch it. But
cool.
You've never let me down. Your stuff is just awesome.
Thank you very much.
No, thank
you. Thank you.
Cheers, dude.
Thank you.